You're welcome. So we want to talk about another significant topic in uh, in this section, in this course of particular Malaysian SNR that calls for attention. Yeah, it's simply the SNR and congestion zone. Yeah, SNR and congestion zone. That if you see this in either your you are doing your storyline, you take note of this area. It calls for a special attention. This draw a kind of a this from market. It makes market to react violently. Yeah, because you just like imagine if we have a kind of a, 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 a kind of a cage, where you keep wild dogs, wild dogs, plenty wild dogs. You keep them in a cage, for long standing hours. So you can imagine by the time you release the cage, you can imagine the kind of violence, move, the kind of you know, wide chase that will ensue. Yeah. So what's the congestion in SNR? Congestion is simply when we have multiple of SNRs converging at the same place. Yeah, according to my definition here. In a simple language, when price tap into this with rejection or breaks through it with a body, anytime price come to tap into that, when you have a multiple of this thing, you draw an SNR, you have a multiple of them, drawing up at the same place, aligning at the same place. They align at the same place. Like this, you have another one above which you have one below it, either from the past or from the present market. Could be from the past or from the present market. You have them like this, you draw them and they form a kind of a clog, or a congestion like this. So you can imagine this is a strong, this creates a strong barrier. So the congestion creates a strong barrier for price to break through it or to reject it. So once you have this thing like this, let's say this is a bullish, candle approaching this thing, and it was pulled back. Instead of breaking through, it was pulled back. It was pulled back with a wick. It got rejected back downward. The wick. Let me. I got rejected with a wick. Then you have this kind of probably you have this like this as a bearish. As a bearish. Could be like this, it could also be like this. As long as you have a path rejection there, so this plate becomes, this is a congestion zone. Congestion zone. Congestion zone. Yeah, it's a congestion zone, right? So it could be a kind of this in the past. It could be a kind of SNR in the past. It could be a kind of SNR in the past. This could be another one. Could be another one. It could be a gap. It could be a multiple of a combination of a gap, classical breakout, or head and shoulder, have it as this. That could be another one. This would be another, like the head and shoulder. It could be head and shoulder. It could be a breakout. It could be a gap. This could be a gap. Big gap, something like this. Big gap. Yeah, big gap, something like that. Yeah, be like that. You can have multiple of this in there. Aligning at the same area, same level. You can have them like this, multiple of them. So you can have something like this. You can have another one like a kind of a gap or breakout. Then you can have a gap, as you have it as gap. Yeah. So this could become a congestion. You can have multiple of them like that. A kind of congestion. Yeah. So you may have it like that. So you may have in the past, you have something like this in the past. Yeah, you have something like that. You have something like this in the past. You have something like this in the past. Just like that. As long as you can compare them like that. So it's just like simply just like a traffic hold up on an express highway that gets a lot of vehicles stopped in at a point. When the traffic is opened, you can imagine the kind of rush that will follow the, that will follow from long-standing motorists who have been agitating for a way out. It's either they got rejected, either they got back. If they could not break through the traffic, everybody's trying to everybody got to make a chase to get back. You can imagine the kind of things that will happen there. So it gets a violent rush. Yeah, a violent rush. Yeah. So for example, we have here, let's cut this place out. Cut this place out now. Let's cut this place out. If this is a present, or we have it like as this in my book, in my manual, I presented as this. So this could be a multi-time frame levels of mSNR. You can have a daily, monthly, H4, the intradays that are converging at the same place when you are doing your MT4. Like for example, we have this place here. This is step indices, step index. You can imagine this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? They line up at the same place. They become fresh here. Then they have only been tapped into once. Then you can imagine the kind of this thing that came down after this thing. Then price break through it here with a wick and got rejected. So we have it here, then we have this trend line across it. We may not compulsorily have to do this trend line. So if you have trend line with it, fine, it's good, it's okay, it's good. You create more this, you have more attention. Yeah. Create more attention there. So you can imagine the distance that follows, the huge cell that follows there. Imagine the huge cells. That's what we convert. That's a convert. That's a congestion zone. So this place, particular display become a zone. Display become a zone. Display become a zone. Become a zone. The red lines become a zone. There I'm looking at, there's a particular trade chart. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Yeah, it's a new trade chart. We have multiple of this in here. Can you see it? This is one, this is two, third, fourth. Then price broke through into it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And price broke into it. Just in a particular 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame. We have that this in there. You can imagine, like for example, this place too, we have it's a congestion area. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can imagine the rush and price breakthrough close above. So that's all that the thing you see it in a chart. It's so common in a chart. So common in a chart. So just open up your chart for you to see it and see how price reacts, how price reacts in those areas. Yeah, how price reacts in those areas. Like for example, we have here. Can imagine we have here. We have this. We have this. 1, 2 together at the same place. At the same place. Let's put this one like this. At the same place. If you use for this one, if you use your line chart, you may not see it. So it's better to use your this to see the congestion very well. Better to use the candlestick charts. So that's that. And we have that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Then in the past, we have this in the past. In the past, we have this. We have this in the past. We have this in the past. We also have this. We also have this. We also have that. So you can see the kind of congestion is created here, right? You can see the kind of congestion. You can see draw these, you can see many of them. Right, they are at the same place, right? So maybe that's why this place has a kind of a listen. In the first instance, price will not break through here. But at last it was broken through. Price break through it. And then we have the mad rush downward here. Or the mad rush. So now, if price coming and tap into it, it got rejected with a week. So this place now calls for attention. It calls for attention. So this is a zone. This is a zone. Can you see this is a particular zone? This is a zone. That's a zone there, right? Let me put it out. It's called congestion there. Congestion. Do this one. So we have that stuff there. So that part you got to put down your this. Just put up your stuff. Yeah, this will be likely going to be here. It will be here according to your own risk profile. So the first target will be the first take profit target. Yeah, then you can extend it to what? Just spread it forward. So we have a you can imagine the this thing there. So you close You close this thing with it. You can imagine the rush. See the big rush, almost about 150 pips. That's 150 pips from this opening here down to this close. 150 pips. 150 pips. Almost about five times 5 reward. So you can extend your DC lower. So like here, because we're having a more congestion here too. More congestion here too. More congestion from here. Congestion from there. Can you imagine what will happen here? Price will likely go to bounce here. Imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a classic. We have open and close. This is the gap. Then we have a what else? We have a breakout here. So we have this as that one. Close. So multiple of them there. So let's see what happens. Let's see what follows. Can imagine the rush there. Imagine what you get right from this place. It's open to here. That's 220 pips. 220 pips. 20 pips. Then what happens next? Price continues to congest and break through. Price break through it at last. When price break through this place, what do? It will retest. I mean, you wait for a retest. You wait for a retest. Wait for a retest. But because you see in the past, we have the same area in the past. And see, it's the same area in the past. Resistance broke through, becomes what broke through again. It's a stronger, so that place is a stronger zone. There's congestion. Can you say retest to it will give you another good opportunity to sell. Another good opportunity to sell. This is an engulfing here, right? Another good opportunity for you to sell. Imagine the big push there. Can you see that? The big push got another good trade. Almost about another 251 pips. 251 pips. That's good enough. So that means that's good enough. 251 and plus 150 thereabouts. That's good enough. So you can target that and look at when you get that kind of a congestion in that place. You can tap into it. You can tap into the opportunity and see it as an opportunity to that price will react violently. Yeah, the price will react violently because it has been a strong barrier in the past. You know, market repeats itself. The pattern usually the senses. It's all about sentiment. It's all about sentiment. It's all about sentiment. So that's to date. So if we see price come here now, and we see a rejection, going to come down again. But if there's a breakthrough above with a body, you buy. Wait for a retest. If there's a breakthrough like this, so that means you got to wait for a retest of it, of that particular zone. Then you buy into it. Let's see an example of buy. Let's see an example of buy. Let's see an example of buy, the congestion area. Congestion area. Yeah. for this. Yeah, we got this. Got it. Got this. Got this out. Got that one out. So then we have this. Can you imagine here, right? And we have this in the past. And we have this. And you are having more than this in there. Enough congestion there. So you can have it on a time on a specific time frame as a congestion. You can have it as a multiple time frame SNR. Yeah. So you can have it like that. Congestion. And price tap into it. So you want to see this place as what? As a good buy. Put your DC here at the last DC here, upper one. Then your DC will be here. It will be here. So my first target will be here. This is shorter. Right. Here times 2. So once your DC move above this place, you reduce your DC. Yeah, you can reduce your stuff. And let's see price will tap into it to trigger our position. Price will tap into it to trigger our position. You are out. I've got a rejection, right? Above this level, above this congestion zone, we have that. If you look at it very well too, we have what? We have an engulfing zone. Is that a engulfing zone? This is a engulfing zone. It's an engulfing zone. An engulfing zone. Press tap into it, and get back. An engulfing zone. This is an engulfing zone. Like this, you may not, if you don't understand engulfing, you may not bother yourself. Just trade on a scenario look. Yeah, and then you can see what happens there. Price tap into it, and then yeah, this is covered. Can imagine the mad rush there. Yeah, mad rush. Then we have this again here. We are having here congestion. Then we have this. The path is on to refresh. Right? Can imagine price tap back into it, right? Have a reaction from there. A reaction. So then this place too is a rejection. Sorry, it's a congestion area because we have price making the same level there at the same level, and price broke through it. First, we have this first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So more than enough. Not enough. Yeah. I imagine you see. So very close, very close. I might press tap to come back to tap into this place because it's strong. Press tap into this place. 1, 2, 3. Then the past. How about this area? You can imagine the congestion areas. That is for Euro USD. Then we can look at let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. Yeah. Let's look at gold. Now we have this 1, 2, 3. Then in the past we have this. In the past, we have this in the past. So price came fresh, fresh, on fresh, on fresh, fresh, on fresh. Have that. We have this place. Massive. Can imagine because it creates a kind of this in the past. The past. The past. The past. As long as price hopes around hopes around this in the past, so it will still react. Still react. We have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 5. Then we have this new one. 6, 7, 8. Can imagine the kind of this we have there, right? Kind of congestion here. Very thick one. Kind of congestion there. Like what happened here? 1, 2, 3. Press that. So price broke through it here. It got retested back into it. This level. Price broke through it. Yeah. Price broke. So we now want to see if you see price tap into it, put up our sell. Put up our sell. Put up our sell. Put our probably around this place. Yeah. It's a zone. It's a zone. It's a zone. Zone. It's zone. So our next this will be here. So your stop loss will be here. Just a bit to hit the stop loss. It can be here or it can be here. Right. So just draw this tight. Tight. Yeah. And then keep that. Press tap back into the same zone. To the same zone. So get your DC hits all out. That's why you need to be very careful. Very careful of your where you put your DC. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. And big rush. Big rush. 1, 2. After this, we have 1, 2, 3. Big rush, massive one. You can imagine that because of what? Because of the congestion. It creates this in here, fast. You create a kind of this in here, you pass. They pass kind of congestion here in the pass. In the pass. Same thing created here, created here. Same thing was created here. Price moves around that place. See it? See it? Imagine the big this is the move downward. So because of that place, right? Because of that place, and still move down. Yeah, almost about how many pips that's almost about. Wow, 1,280 pips. 1,080 pips. So that's congestion for you. That's congestion for you. So you use that as your what as your add that spices to your